Hey yogis, today we are going to talk Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is your yoga breath or your heat building breath. So you might hear that a lot when you practice. Simply, it is just a breath in and out through your nose that helps you to move from pose to pose. Because when we're flowing in class, we like to connect breath to movement. And the Ujjayi breath is a way to help you stay grounded, to have something to connect to as you practice, and also to help prevent you from doing heavy chest breathing. Now, some people like to refer to this breath as the ocean wave breath or the Darth Vader breath. I'm going to admit this, but I'm honestly not a Star Wars fan, so that doesn't work for me. I know, I said it, sorry, but I'm not. For me, the sound of the ocean wave is more helpful, but whatever works for you, you do you. So to begin, we're actually going to start on our backs. So just lie down comfortably. I'm going to lie in a supta position, but there's no right or wrong here. You can have your knees bent or long. And I just want you to place both hands on your belly. And just breathe normally here. Don't try to do anything, change anything. And you might notice, simply just by laying down your back and breathing, that your belly is rising and falling. So I always like to start lying down because naturally when we lie down, we breathe more into our belly versus up high in our chest. So just take a few moments to feel this. And then again, without trying to do any fancy breath, just try to take a longer inhale and a longer exhale. It can be in or out through your nose or your mouth, but just feel your belly fill up with air and then press it out. Come back on up to a seat. And if you have a pillow, a block, or a bolster at home, I recommend sitting up on one. If not, don't worry about it. Just find a comfortable seat. And again, just breathing naturally, rest your hands on your belly, and notice if you just breathe naturally, your breath starts to come up a little higher. So try to bring the breath down a little lower and feel it in your belly. Nice. So now that we know what that feels like, I feel like I'm cradling a food baby. I am cradling a food baby. But now that we know what that feels like, we're going to start to bring in more of the Ujjayi breath or the Darth Vader or ocean breath. So what I want you to do is to take your palm and just place it right in front of your mouth. I'll put it up to the side a little bit so I don't mumble for you. What you're going to do is take a deep breath in and then open your mouth, forcefully exhale like you're trying to fog up your palm. So it should feel like really warm. Imagine this is a piece of glass. You're trying to fog it up so you can write, I heart someone. We'll do that again. Inhale. Let it go. Nice. I want you to do that a couple more times. And when you're really pressing your air out, almost try to say ha, right? It's kind of that sound that you're making when you're exhaling. So inhale. Ha. I know, it feels a little funny, a little funky. I promise you won't be doing this through class. It's just helpful to get started. Do a few more. In, out. In, out. One more. In, Press it out. All right, now that we have that in, if you have kids at home, that could be a fun little thing for them to do. Now that we've done that, I want you to try to channel that same sensation, that same feeling of trying to fog up your hand, but instead of pressing all the air out through your mouth, you're gonna forcefully press it out through your nose. So inhale, let it go. In, out. Nice. You might have noticed that as you do that, it almost creates a slight restriction in the back of your throat, which also helps to create the Darth Vader sound. So as you do that, notice when you're breathing, I'm over exaggerating a little bit, that the breath is coming more deep within your belly versus just a like shallow chest breath. Do that a couple more times. In, out. One more in. Let it go. Nice. And now what you can do is remove your hand out of the picture altogether and try to do that breath just on your own, feeling the air pressing out and your belly rising and falling. Try a couple together. Inhale. Exhale. One more. In. Let it go. Awesome. That will take some time, maybe some getting used to, or maybe you've already got it right away. Either way, don't worry. All that matters when you flow is that you're breathing and you're moving and you're doing it right. And a fun little tip, when we're practicing yoga, this is just my insider trick. We always connect breath to a movement. So we might be inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog. This is just a fun little tidbit that typically, not always, but maybe like 90% of the time, whenever we're doing something involving rising up or opening up or growing tall, that's usually an inhale. And anything that involves sinking down lower or folding is an exhale. So that's why we inhale, rise, reach up, and exhale, fold down. Inhale, flat back, exhale, fold, right? So anything that's growing, expanding is our inhale, and more collapsing down is our exhale. Thank you so much, yogis. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave a comment below or feel free to send me a message at any time. I'll see you next time.